Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Satoshi's Cyber Saga. Today, I want to have a candid conversation with you about a topic that affects us all: inflation. It's a topic we're all too familiar with, and it has left many people searching for ways to preserve their wealth and beat inflation. But what if I told you there's a solution right at our fingertips that can help us in this endeavor? That's right, I'm talking about Bitcoin, the digital gold of the 21st century. Before we delve into how Bitcoin can help us beat inflation, let's briefly discuss what inflation is and why it's a problem. Inflation is the rate at which the general level of prices for goods and services is rising, and subsequently, purchasing power is falling. Central banks attempt to limit inflation and avoid deflation to keep the economy running smoothly. However, these efforts are not always successful, leading to a loss of purchasing power for the average individual over time. In other words, the money you hold today will be worth less in the future due to inflation. Now, how does Bitcoin come into play? Bitcoin is a decentralized digital currency that is not controlled by any central authority, such as a government or a central bank. It operates on a peer-to-peer network, allowing users to transact directly with one another without the need for intermediaries. This means that Bitcoin's value is determined by market forces, not by the whims of any single entity. One of the main reasons Bitcoin is considered a potential hedge against inflation is its scarcity. The total supply of Bitcoin is capped at 21 million, and as of now, around 18.7 million Bitcoins have already been mined. This scarcity is programmed into the Bitcoin protocol, meaning that no more than 21 million will ever exist. This digital scarcity is what sets Bitcoin apart from traditional fiat currencies, which can be printed at will by central banks. When central banks print more money, it increases the money supply, causing inflation. With Bitcoin, however, there is no central authority that can arbitrarily create new coins. Instead, new Bitcoins are created through a process called mining, where powerful computers solve complex mathematical problems to validate transactions and add them to the blockchain. The rate at which new Bitcoins are created is predetermined and slows down over time, eventually reaching zero when all 21 million coins have been mined. This built-in scarcity is a crucial factor in Bitcoin's ability to help you beat inflation. In contrast to fiat currencies, which lose value over time due to inflation, Bitcoin's value is expected to either hold steady or increase due to its limited supply. While it is true that Bitcoin's price can be volatile, over the long term, it has generally trended upwards, making it a potentially effective store of value. Another reason Bitcoin can help you beat inflation is its global nature. Bitcoin is not tied to any single country or economy, making it a truly global asset. This means that if inflation is high in one country, it doesn't necessarily impact the value of Bitcoin. This global nature allows individuals to protect their wealth from local inflationary pressures by owning an asset that isn't directly tied to their home country's currency. Additionally, Bitcoin's decentralized nature ensures that no single entity can manipulate its value to create inflation. Central banks can influence the value of their currency by adjusting interest rates or engaging in quantitative easing. These actions can lead to increased inflation, which erodes the purchasing power of the currency. With Bitcoin, there are no central banks to manipulate the money supply, providing a level of protection against inflationary pressures. It's also important to note that Bitcoin's adoption is growing rapidly. More and more businesses and individuals are recognizing the benefits of using Bitcoin for transactions and as a store of value. As adoption increases, demand for Bitcoin is likely to rise, which could lead to an increase in its value. This increase in demand, coupled with Bitcoin's scarcity, could create a perfect storm for protecting your wealth against inflation. Now, I'm not saying that investing in Bitcoin is without risks. As with any investment, there are always risks involved, and the price of Bitcoin can be volatile. However, when looking at the potential benefits of owning an asset like Bitcoin in an inflationary environment, it's hard to ignore its potential as a hedge against inflation. In conclusion, Bitcoin's scarcity, decentralized nature, global reach, and growing adoption make it a strong contender to help you beat inflation. While it may not be the perfect solution for everyone, it's worth considering as a part of a diversified investment strategy designed to protect your wealth from the eroding effects of inflation. As always, remember to do your research and consult with a financial professional before making any investment decisions. That's it for today's episode of Satoshi's Cyber Saga. Stay tuned for more exciting and informative content on cryptocurrency and the changing world economy.